What's up, everybody? Viper here, back in Mr. Survival. And today I'm going to go over how I collect all the materials I use to build like cabins and the walls and just the various different crafting materials. Shortly I'm going to be making a build video, and I'm going to need a lot of logs and scrap and components and lashings and sticks and such. So figured I'd just go ahead and show how I go about collecting all this crap. Alright, early in the game, if I need sticks, rocks, or leaves, I'll come around to the White House and I'll go ahead and go into my settings, and I will go to the graphics and I'll completely get rid of this foliage. You don't have to do this, but it makes it easier to find this stuff. So now you can see there's a whole bunch of crap here laying on the ground. And this stuff will respawn as you go and pick stuff up. And then I'll just run around picking up all this crap until I get all the sticks or rocks, however much I need. You can actually get feathers and stuff here. And you can keep going back and forth, and by the time you get back to the other side, all the stuff's gonna have respawned by then. So it's 8:15 now, and I'll bring you back about 9 in the morning and show you how much stuff I've collected. Alright, it's 9 o'clock, so it's been about 45 minutes, and as you can see, I got a whole bunch of sticks and hard sticks, some feathers, a bunch of rocks, and a little bit of leaves. So let me go ahead and just dump them down because I don't need them. Feel free to dump stuff on the ground because it's not going to despawn. It's safe right here, or wherever you drop it. It should still be there when you come back and pick it up. You can cut down trees to get sticks, leaves, and bark, and plus logs, but it just takes a lot of time, so I don't really like cutting down a lot of trees. And if you are going to cut down trees, aim down and you'll cut them faster. So cutting down that tree gave me a little bit of bark. Let's see how much leaves I get. It gave me 8 leaves, 3 bark, and 5 sticks. I found it's just easier just to pick them up off the ground and actually cut them. If you really want to cut down trees, try to find trees that are close together, like this, and try to smack in between them. And you'll cut down 2 trees for the price of 1. So when you're done, you just pick up all the crap on the ground. Pick up your logs, and you're good to go. And oops, floating bark in the air. So those tubbled trees will save you a little bit of time and some durability on your axe. In order to build the cabins and such, in order to build the cabins and walls, you're going to need a lot of these logs. So I'll normally wait until after I've rescued Scott, and maybe you might get lucky and he might be in one of the smaller camps, or could be in a big camp. There's 3 different places he can spawn. But once he's there, once you have him, you can tell him, you can interact with him, and you can assign work, and you can tell him to cut down trees. And you can tell him to do it for up to 3 hours, and you can tell him to pick up logs, pick up leaves, leave stumps, I just leave it the way it is, and then I just assign tasks. And then he'll go out there, and right now he's glitching, but he's actually cutting down a tree. So somewhere, this tree he is cutting down right here. But he will cut down trees in a big circle of his location, wherever the hell you got your building. And then another great thing about him cutting down trees, he leaves a lot of sticks and leaves. You can make him pick up leaves, but I don't even bother with that because it just takes more time. I'll come back and collect all this crap up later. And then I'll have a whole bunch of leaves and sticks. But as long as he's doing this, he is cutting trees. Eventually he'll say, I can't reach there or something. And then you're either going to have to tell him to try to cut down trees again, or you're going to have to move a base into another area, because he'll only cut a certain radius around your actual building. Like, a good way you could see the radius is if you look around this White House. All these trees were cut down by Scott. Maybe one or two I might have cut down early in the game, but he pretty much cleared this whole area. So if I want to completely clear out all these trees, I'm going to have to build another shelter somewhere like over here, and to continue cutting down all these trees here. So that's what I do when I need a whole bunch of logs, sticks, and leaves, is I just leave it to Scott and have him do it. The only thing that sucks about Scott is he doesn't, the bark won't actually fall. All right, next thing I'm going to go over is lashings. You need leaves and tree bark to make one lashing, and it takes 15 minutes. And you'll need lashings for all kinds of different things. You'll need it for your drying rack, cooking pots, your tanning rack, and then a few of the buildings will require lashings, like if you built this, or the bow will need lashings. But to get those easily early in the game, is you've probably seen many of these basic shelters around the map, and they're good to look for because you'll have those backpacks. But if you destroy them, you'll get 4 lashings from each one of these basic shelters you destroy, and a bunch of sticks and regular sticks, plus a little bit of leaves. So now I have 4 lashings, some leaves, and both kinds of sticks. So once you find your axe, go ahead and destroy those basic shelters, because they really serve no purpose. They can't keep you safe from the infected, so there's no point in staying at them, so you might as well go ahead and destroy them. Alright, so I got a knife that's only 10%. So one thing you can do if you want a lot of bark, wait till your knife is, or machete, or whatever you have, is close to breaking, and then decide to go out and get a bunch of bark. And now make sure your stamina's fully filled when you do this, and you get the trees close by. And you want to just keep hitting them. And then once it stops giving you bark, quickly move to another tree. As you can see, when I go into my inventory, you'll notice that the knife is no longer there. But I'm still able to actually chop down these bark. So you see there's no knife there, but it's actually still giving me bark. But you only want to do this when you got pretty good amount of stamina and your weapon is close to failing. And then you can get enough bark to last you I don't know, the entire game almost. Just keep slashing and you'll keep being able to get bark until your stamina actually completely drains. Alright, that's about half my stamina. That's enough of that. Let's see how much bark I can pick up. Normally the knife will actually disappear, but for some reason it's not. But just from that knife that was at 10%, I got 1, 2, 8, 8.5 stacks of bark, which will last me quite a long time. And if I do switch my weapons, I'll lose my knife. So that's an easy way you can get bark. Alright, for components and scrap, you're going to need to break these cars, the ones with the tinted windows. And the axe or the sledgehammer will break them. It's just going to take a while. And again, aiming down will speed up the process. And then you get your scrap and your components. And you can also get some of these broken wood scraps as well. The cars that are inside this little army base, there's only like 1 or 2 that you can destroy. The other ones you can't destroy, like that white one sitting in front of me, you won't be able to destroy it. So I don't even bother going in there after I've already cleared it out. And I'll just usually go up and down this road and keep hitting these cars and these RVs and getting scrap out of them. And then you can also get batteries and spark plugs out of those cars. Eventually you'll have so many batteries and spark plugs you'll be throwing them away. Or just making big stacks of them or something. But there's all kinds of vehicles down here as you go through. Alright, the mist is coming in, so break those cars if you need scrap or components. But let me go ahead and show you where you can get the gears from. I got the bandit camp right there on my right, and we're getting ready to come to the motel. Got the bear. He's over there. Alright, there's usually a RV right here where I'm standing, and this one will have a gear in it. And then let me take you to the other place that's over this area. We're kind of heading towards the mine. And then we're going to go to where the red barn is, and we're going to take a left into the woods. And there'll be a little clearing with a couple vehicles. And then these 2 cars, they have a chance to drop a gear. Nope. There's a gear right there. So you got a chance to get a gear there It's not always, you won't always get one, but it's a good chance you're going to get one. And then you got a chance for a gear in the RV, and there's one other place that I know of that you can get a gear from. And that's over in the suburbs. Alright, going to the suburbs where the other gear is. I'm just right now at the White House. And we're going to keep going down this road. And don't hit an infected if you're driving around in the vehicle, or bandits, because they'll just stop your vehicle. Alright, it's in front of this, it's hard to see, this White House up here, but there's bandits that's possible to be around there. So I'm going to go ahead and get out here. And then I'm going to go up into this water tower and sleep till the mist is gone. Yeah, see, there's bandits down there. And that was 3 of them, I think. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and sleep till... Oh, there's another one. Alright, that was a long nap. Just be careful when you come over here because these bandits. But this generator is what I came for. You can use the axe or the sledgehammer. But the sledgehammer is definitely a lot faster. But this one will give you gears and electronic components. One of those was a gear, or should have been. Yep, there's 2 gears. Alright, back to my vehicle. And I'm going to go ahead and save the game and then quit out. And let me get away from these bandits first before I do that. That way, those vehicles should have respawned. Alright, now that I saved and quit out and continued, that car that's right in front of me, there was a car right here, it disappeared. So the breakable cars, they'll respawn or disappear depending on where you save and you restart your game. But the ones that are back over by the White House should be back in the game now, so I can destroy again. I'll usually clear the whole map of vehicles and then save over there on the other side of the map, kind of like where the city is. And then I'll be able to come back through the suburbs and up over by the motel, and all the vehicles will be back. So that first vehicle I destroyed is right there. He's back where he was. So wherever your location is, if you don't notice the vehicles respawning in your area, go away, save, quit, and then reload your game. Just make sure you're far enough away so the vehicles will actually spawn back in. And this RV right here is back in, so I can destroy it now to get that gear. And there's the gear. That's the 3 places I know of for gears. Alright, so that's pretty much how I go about getting the components and scrap and all the sticks and stuff I need to build structures like these. And like the walls and the towers down there. Um, you will need a workbench to be able to make more nails using scrap and components. And then to make the planks, you'll need to use a saw machine, which will make it a lot faster than just trying to do it in your actual inventory. Because one log will give you 6 planks, where in your inventory, it'll only give you 4, plus it'll eat up your axes, or your saws and axes if you're trying to make firewood. I think you get 5 firewood for this little wood chopping thing, yeah. So you just get a little bit more when you're actually using the little stations. So I think that's it for this video. I'm gonna be building video on how I go about making these long builds where you're not actually using a whole bunch of food and you can build in peace without the worrying about the infected too much. But thanks for watching, and I will catch y'all later.